I'm just irritated. Like, my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like, all the hate and everything, like, nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
Now, as much as I love Cookin with Kaya, she can't act as if she doesn't play a part in some of these conversations that's being had around her. When Cookin with Kaya first came onto the scene, I was one of the early adopters of her mantra, and just the whole movement that she had going on. I really appreciated that she was very catching with her jingle, introducing some sort of new content, and was putting a spin on the whole cooking content, while having a lot of the world either feeling her or upset at her because of the way that she was going about doing things.
I'm sorry, but I do not like this little Cookin with Kaya hoe. First of all, I was on the phone with this dude the other day. He got saying, Cookin with Kaya, Cookin with Kaya. First of all, don't be singing that on my mother phone. Then, we make it even worse, I can barely cook. I might be able to cook a little cornbread and a little cabbage, but all that, I can't cook like that. Then you got the girl dancing while she cooking. Like, girl, you was doing that for no reason. Like, it would have been cool if the girl didn't have a dump truck. My man is not allowed to watch Cookin with Kaya, period, point blank. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
She captivated the world with her viral dance, the viral jingle, and shaking her ass while holding a plate of food, which is all good and dandy. Having a hook and a catchphrase while doing some sort of content usually gets people in it. And being popular by any means necessary by no means is a bad thing, except for when you continuously play into it, play it up, and it becomes your personality. And I think that that's what Cookin with Kaya is facing. It doesn't help that she's aligned herself with a lot of the people that the internet is having a hard time with right now. After Streamer University, she aligned herself with the likes of DDG, which the internet absolutely hates at the moment.
He's actually a genuine, nice person. Like, he is shark. He be sharking. But to me, he's just a genuine person. He's never been like a weirdo. He's never been like, he's very respectful.
I feel like as you get to know me more throughout these rounds, you will get to see my heart and see where I really, the type of person I really am. Because, you know, on the line, they paint me as a terrible person. But in real life,
me too.
Yeah, and I want to tell you in front of all these people, the hate that you getting is because you're pretty. That's it.
And while I do think that that's some of the more recent and bigger issues that Cookin with Kaya is facing, is who she's aligning with, we cannot skip over the fact that her already persona has been amplified times 10 ever since she stepped into the WL community. And it's super strange because even before, when she first got onto the scene, it was very much a tamed and subdued version. I've seen her do cooking streams with Ray. I've seen her do cooking streams with Rakai. I've seen her do cooking streams with even DDG, and they were simple and they were not as lies. But as time went on, we could see her real colors coming out. You see, this community has a very, very strange relationship with women. And we've talked about it before, and of course we'll get into it again. But when a pretty woman...
So I see the angle bro about to go on. Cookin with Kaya is getting cooked right now. It's your boy What's Up G back with another banger. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Disrespect that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. But also, I'm going to tell you why I believe Cookin with Kaya is getting cooked right now. And it's actually not much of a shocker. Let's keep going.
Or hell, even any sort of woman is on screen, the object of the joke is them. The idea and what they're targeting is them. And 9 times out of 10 is sexualizing them. Now, I don't think that any of this stuff is inherently bad. Like, I'm about to show video with Kaya in some shorts. She's at the grocery store buying groceries. It's not necessarily bad. But the camera angles decided by the cameramen of these streamers is very, very telling.
And then, like that. That's cool. And then melt that, and then rinse those off, and then throw them in.
I don't even know what the fuck. Look at you dropping stuff. See? You talking about me? Look, I gotta call out.
Nah, I be dropping stuff a lot. They had a whole debate on Instagram talking about sour cream do not belong in macaroni.
90% of that conversation wasn't even about cooking. It was about sexual innuendos, and there wasn't really any learning involved at all. It was just, hey, this is her from behind, even though we could get another camera angle. This is her from behind, and hey, look at these little bitty shorts she's got on while we make jokes about macaroni noises. And I cut slack for Cookin with Kaya, because I understand the game is game, and it is what it is. But I already know from past situations with women in the WL, it's not a simple thing of just being on camera and making some jokes certain times. The community at large is going to sexualize you. This is a bunch of young and horny men ready, willing, and able to ship any relationship she's in with any sort of man, whether it be platonic or semi-romantic or whatever, or hell, even if they're just captured on screen together. We've gone through this with Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, Senna, and whoever else is in the WL. WL is just a certain community on Twitch. I know some of the older people have asked me to break that down before, but this is, you know, Aiden Ross, Agent 00, Kai Cenats, Duke Dennis, Phantom, DDG, you know, that side is WL. It's for wins, loss. Is this a W a good thing or a L a bad thing? Just had to break that down.
People were just making shipping jokes and they went too far. And now people are like, oh, you slept with this person, did you, or whatever. And I'm like, you know, for me, I just don't want that to be attached to my name because I did not have any relations with my friends, you know what I mean? Or my friend, and that person is my friend, and I want it to be that way, you know? At this point, it's being dragged. Like, it's just being dragged. So I would like it to just go away so that I can, like, not have people do that.
It seems like every woman in this community that I talk about, Senna, Lala Batiste yesterday with DDG, Zoe Spencer, Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, just about any woman, and now Cooking with Kaya, seems to have some struggles with their perception in the community, romantic relationships, parasocial relationships, you know, just their presence being completely platonic when it comes to a lot of these people. And I already know that there are online pressures that a lot of these young women face when going into the online sphere that push them towards content like OnlyFans and, you know, playing into the sexuality. It's not just that easy to avoid. Most of the jokes surrounding them are normally sexual.
I'm gonna be honest, is it weird if I say that I wanted to be the throat goat, but
That's so...
Why would you say that?
Where it starts to go bad for a lot of them is when they participate in the joke, is when they start leading the conversations, and when these young women fall into the trap that this community has set. Which brings me back to Cooking with Kaya and her antics at Streamer University and how I believe we got to the point where she is getting the hate that she is getting today. Cooking with Kaya was announced as a professor at Streamer University, where she was supposed to teach culinary classes, you know, be a personality, etc., etc. And while her star did take off there, it might have been for the wrong reasons in hindsight. Now, it all started when she went to some sort of party where she was dancing with a couple of content creators, most notably Quan, the fashion content creator from TikTok, and she had her ass slapped on by him. Now, because this is the internet, obviously this was captured and sent out to the ethos, but what we did not know is that she had a boyfriend this whole time who was sitting at a hotel maybe a couple miles away consuming all this, and he proceeded to crash out on the internet, and rightfully so. Now, where Cooking with Kaya went wrong within this situation is not only going to a party and dancing with a guy and having him slap your ass and claiming that you didn't feel it. That story felt like rubbish, but regardless of that, coming to the internet and publicly addressing it in the way that she did is where she lost a lot of her credibility and where a lot of credibility to the quote-unquote hoe phase name or whatever that she's getting, which I don't believe in. I think that's totally disrespectful. This is just what the internet is calling her. They got a lot of it from her response, which was bad, and it was led by something in her early 20s.
I'm not going to speak on his situation because I did have, I'm not going to sit here and cap. Of course I have feelings for him, but I feel like he really did the most about this situation, and the way he's trying to slander my name like I'm a whore. First of all, if I was one, that would be embarrassing for you. Like, why would you stay with a whore? Why would you cry for a whore when she says she wants you to go get established and that she doesn't want to be in a relationship? Why would you literally cry? Y'all, I've never seen a man cry like that. And I'm not, men can cry, but it just got to the point where it's like, dang, like every time I tell you anything like that, like you should take, like that should be a good thing. I just want you to be established. That's all I want.
And so what a lot of people surmise from that, and probably what I did too, is that being around all these other established content creators let her be wild and free and forget about the commitment that she made at home. Regardless of anything, there were some conversations it seemed like that were had beforehand, and she decided to go ahead and not acknowledge them or, you know, just go against them when she got to Streamer University. Then in front of the millions of people watching this content, she emasculates him, talks about how he's crying, talks about how he's not getting any money, all these different things. And I can see why the dog piling is coming. Like, I can hear the barking in my ear. Now, if these are her true feelings, I would think that she would just not have this conversation online because this does not seem like it's for public consumption. But so naturally, people were going to be ticked off about this. And the fact that right after the apology, she got into more twerking.
Let away you touch my bag.
And I would say that that was the only sexual acts and playing into the sexual conversations that Kaya did at Stream University, but I would be totally wrong. There was also videos of her having not one, but two nip slips and then laughing about it. And I can't show them, but trust me, they're out there. I don't even think that they're actual nip slips. It's just playing into the sexual nature of the whole matter. So when you play into the sexual manner, this group is already sexualizing you. The outcomes, obviously, later down the line are going to come affect you. There are going to be people that are calling you names. There are going to be people that are bashing you. And then when you're having serious issues online with your mental health and stability, people aren't going to take it seriously.
Talking about the LOL bloopers. Get to the twerking part.
It don't even look like it no more. It don't look good.
I know nigga don't be giving no fuck. Get to the part that's good.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
Time to hit the gym, my boy. Time to hit the gym, my boy.
Now, mind you, that's the same stream where she decided to end early because she was feeling very emotional about the hate that she was getting. Look, I'm not saying the conversations that people are having about Kaya are cool or right, because I've seen some out-of-pocket name calling when it comes to her. But I do believe that she is now starting to play into that conversation and culture that surrounds women in the WL. She went on an E-Date last night featured by Aiden Ross and a bunch of other streamers. And naturally, there's going to be some discourse about about that. I mean, the parasocial epidemic is outrageous. My word of advice to her, and I know people are going to make it seem like I'm hating, but trust me when I say this is coming from a place of genuine care for her mental stability and all this. She just lost her sister not too long ago, and it seems like she's actually really going through some stuff, especially as a young woman with all this fame and, you know, this seemingly fortune coming into her existence. Kaya, this community sexualizes women. Full stop. It is very easy to play into those conversations, but once you are in it, it is also very hard to get that stigma off of you. Play the game smart. Play the game the right way. Otherwise, there's going to be more days of hate. And while people are telling you, hey, that's hate, don't worry about it, just keep doing you, they will keep featuring you on their videos and getting higher views and higher views because you are an attractive woman, while you have to deal with the misery, while you have to deal with the pain, while you have to deal with the anguish, while you have to deal with the plethora of hate comments that you get by women, by men calling you hoes and all other sorts of names. Be cautious.
I would say
So I would like it to.
towards this Cookin with Kaya situation, it's twofold, right? I feel like she kind of played herself with the situation. She lied and said that the guy wasn't her boyfriend, and then we found out that it really was her boyfriend. So now you kind of lied, and then you came out and said that he was crying over you, and you just wanted him to get established. But then we found out that he actually has been established before you blew up. He's a he's a Twitch streamer, and I think is he like around 100K. So he makes money. And then I'm sure he put you on how to get a lot of things in these spaces, and you took off like a rocket, which is what any boyfriend would pray for. And then you get around more established streamers, and now you're looking at him like he's not doing good enough, but he was the one that was already established before you took off. So you do that to him, and you have to understand who your fan base is, Kaya. That was the ultimate mistake. You didn't understand who your fan base was. Your fan base wasn't females. Females didn't like you. Females actually hated Kaya. You know what I'm saying? They was hating on Kaya. Your fan base was young males. Young males who 99%, I think it's like 99 point, like almost 100% of males are going to have their heart broken at some point during their lives, right? See where I'm going with this? You then broke this guy's heart. Seems like he didn't do anything to you, did anything wrong as a boyfriend for the most part. You broke his heart, and every one of your fans who are young guys are going to relate to him. They're going to look at him and say, look what you did to him. They're going to get flashbacks of what they seen and what they went through, and now they're going to dislike you. It's very simple. So now your fan base, you've alienated your fan base because your fan base are young guys, and you just did a young guy dirty. So now they're looking at you like she for the streets. Yeah, she should be on the WL side of things. That's how they're looking at it, because now your whole character is for the streets. And with you playing into it, now this is kind of where you're at in your career. This is all you're doing. Do I think it's fair? I don't think it was fair to the young man. So what's going on with your career? It's all you're doing. I mean, we can't make it, about anything else. It's all you're doing. All right, so y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Cookin with Kaya is currently getting cooked, and she's coming to the internet crying. And the people that would have her back while she's crying, which is like women who are pro-women and stuff like that, they already hate you. This is what I'm trying to say. So they're not going to have your back. The people who are going to have your back were the young guys. And you just did bro dirty, and they're going to have flashbacks of their heart being broken, so they're not going to like you. So you're alienating your fan base. That's what this is called, alienating your fan base. All right, so y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Cookin with Kaya. She's getting cooked online. It is what it is. I feel for the young guy that was her boyfriend. She basically did whatever she did, and then came to the internet and embarrassed him also, which is kind of rough. And then now she's the victim. I'm out, y'all. If ain't nobody tell you they love y'all, I love y'all.